You can also sprint forward at greater speed by using your jetpack to hover above the ground. Simply double tap the forward key. Try it now. Good work. You're doing well so far, but there's still so much to see. Let's continue. Find yourself a good location for your outpost. The area should be relatively flat and have a spectacular view. When you found the perfect spot, switch to free mouse mode. With the free mouse, the lateral menu shows the available interfaces with their hotkeys. Click on your inventory to continue. Begin by using a terraforming tool to flatten an area for the outpost. Locate the hot, leave the free mouse mode. As the name implies, the flattening tool flattens the ground. Once you have flattened some terrain, let's see if there is enough room for your outpost. Open your inventory again. Locate the outpost blueprint in your inventory. Notice the deploy tool creates a preview for you. You can use the precision keys to move the preview and then walk around the projection. Decide where you want to place your outpost. Walk around the preview. Do you have enough flat ground for your outpost? You can hold the rotation key and use the mouse wheel to rotate the preview. Welcome home. You have deployed your outpost. Let's explore it. Use the help key to display information about what your reticle is pointing at. Try it now. Isn't that helpful? Now go to a door and try again. This gives you a lot of information about the door, such as the interact key to open it. The helper key is a great way to know how to interact with everything around you. Now head towards the elevator at the waypoint. The elevator is an element on the floor. It should be flashing. While standing on an elevator, using the jump or crouch keys will make you go up or down. Step on this elevator and go up to continue. Great. Elevators can be linked together over multiple floors, and some outposts have more than 2 elevators linked together. Try on this elevator to discover the setup in your outpost. Then go to the waypoint, which may be above or below you. The highlighted element is called a resurrection node. Activate. Being an organic creature, death is inevitable, but fear not. When that happens, the resurrection node will create a brand new you, however without your inventory. Try not to die, it is not fun. Did I mention that you lose your inventory when you die? Let's move on to something more positive and productive, such as how to extract ores from the ground. Go to the mining unit at the waypoint, this is a mining unit. It will extract resources from the ground, which you can then sell or use to make other things. Activate the mining unit with the interact. With this interface you can control your mining unit. Here you can see the different resource concentrations in your territory. Press the start. Great! Now the mining unit will drop ore directly into the container in your outpost every hour. The mining unit starts to lose efficiency after 3 days, until it reaches 0 in a week. Therefore you will need to recalibrate it on a regular basis. To save some time, I've calibrated this one for you. Close this interface to continue. Now, let me show you how to see the sights, visit new friends and conduct business across the Helios system. Head to the Surrogate VR station at the next waypoint. This is a surrogate VR. The VR surrogate process projects a virtual version of you to other places in the universe. The Surrogate Bot Stations tab lists the stations that are set up to allow you to visit them. The Tutorials tab has a number of tutorials that you can take afterwards to improve yourself. The Challenges tab offers trials in a safe environment and allows you to earn money. Visit one of my museums or a player's construct by selecting it from the list and clicking on Connect. Welcome to a VR session. Although you're not physically there, you can move freely and other players will see your projection. When you're done, switch to free mouse mode. Remember that your projection has its own inventory and that nothing can be brought back from a VR session. To leave a VR session, press the exit button at the top of your screen. Exit the VR Surrogate interface to continue. Finally, let's deploy your speeder so you can explore the planet. Exit. Open your inventory. Find your speeder blueprint. You can see a preview of your speeder. Make sure the frame is blue, then left-click to deploy it. Excellent, you have deployed your speeder. Now you need to fuel it up. Equip the nitron fuel by opening your inventory and double-clicking its icon.
J'ai installé Hearts of Iron 4.
Locate the highlighted fuel tank on the speeder. Aim at it, and hold the left mouse button until you fill it entirely.
Ok, mon scénario. Pierre Laval.
Let's take the speeder for a spin. Target the highlighted seat, then hold the interact key. Hover controls are simple. Use the left key to turn left. Similarly, use the red key to turn right. Try it. Use the forward key to accelerate, and let go to brake automatically. Fly around a little to get a feel for it. Here again we have the list of this is a map of Haven. You can each of these tiles is a territory. Your own tiles are green. Tiles in red are already claimed by other Novians. At any time, you can center onto your position on the map by clicking on the highlighted center icon in the top left of your screen. Try it now. You can create a waypoint anywhere on the planet, which will then be displayed on your HUD. Use the right mouse button and select Set as Destination. Very good. The left menu allows you to view your constructs, your bookmarks, some warp beacons and other points of interest. To view the list of your constructs, let's finish by going back to your outpost. Right-click on your outpost name and set it as Destination. Press the close button at the exit the free mouse mode. Now follow the waypoint to return to your outpost. I have one last thing to show you. Exit your speeder by holding the Interact key. Then head to the waypoint in your outpost. For the next step, you will need to unequip your current tool. You can do this by pressing the numeric hotkey corresponding to the active tool in the toolbar, outlined in. This is the outpost's objective screen. When you don't know what to do next, browse it for suggestions. You should learn more about talents. They can really improve your experience. Talents can be found in the Improve section. It's up to you. And here ends our time together. Venture out and learn at your own pace. There is much more to discover. Until next time, Luvian. Let us learn about talents. Talents allow you to improve any of your abilities to make your life here in Helios more enjoyable. Open the talent window by using the quick access bar or by using the talent hotkey directly. Talents define your character's abilities. They are grouped into categories that are displayed all around your avatar in this window. Here, for example, is the mining and inventory group. Click on it. Excellent. On the left is the list of categories that correspond to this group. Click on the inventory manager. Each category hosts several talents. Select talents can be upgraded from level 1 up to level 5 by spending talent points. Each level acquired boosts a certain characteristic described just below its name. For example, here the nanopack upgrades help to increase the size of the inventory by 200 liters for each talent level acquired. The amount of talent points you currently have is displayed at the top of the screen. Talent points, shown here, accumulate even when you are offline. The Invest Points button allows you to instantly train a particular talent. You need to have enough points for the talent you are aiming for. Queuing allows you to research talent while you are away. This saves you the trouble of waiting until you have accumulated enough points to unlock a talent. Let's train the first level of nanopack upgrades. Press the Queue Talent button. As you can see, the selected talent now displays in the queue. You can queue several talents to train one after the other. Note that dependencies between talents might exist, and you should train talents in the right order. It is a good practice to always have several talents scheduled in the queue to be able to train them without interruption. Queue talents also train when you are offline. So, make sure to always have a filled queue that spans a long duration. Take your time to review the existing talents and think about how you want to plan them out. You can become hyper-specialized or decide to be a jack of all trades. When you're ready, you can close the talent window. Becoming an industrialist requires an understanding of the industry elements and how to use them. Follow the waypoint to get to your VR surrogate station and activate it. Select the tutorials. Find the Introduction to Industry tutorial. Click on it and hit Connect.
Faire les tutoriels, ça me donne du cash. Ça a l'air complexe en crise, pareil.
Welcome to the industry tutorial. First, let's show you how your nanocrafter works. The nanocrafter is part of every suit and can make all sorts of basic parts. Open your nanocrafter with the crafting key. This button filters out schematics that require a specific element like a glass furnace or an electronics industry. It only keeps the schematics that are possible to make in the nanocrafter that you always carry with you. Click on the Show Only Doable button to see. Out of the possible schematics, select the smallest. The highlighted part of the interface shows you what components are necessary for the schematic you selected. Notice under each component the quantity currently available in your inventory and the required amount. Click the Add to Queue button to start making the assembly line. Click on the Close button to exit this UI. Your nanocrafter will continue making what we selected while I show you how industry units work. Industry is necessary because your nanocrafter cannot create every material or element. Go get a batch of materials from the dispenser in the next room. First, we need to add the basic material needed by the schematic. Open the highlighted container. To move the chromite, drag and drop it from your inventory on the left side to the container on the right side. Click on the Close button to exit this UI. The highlighted industry unit is a refiner. It transforms base ores into pure materials that can then be used in various schematics. Use the Interact key to open its UI. In order to function, to use a schematic, you need to put it in the schematic bank. Drag and drop the schematic. Click on the Configuration button click on the Show Only Doable button. Select the Pure Chrome. Click the Apply button to confirm this schematic. The Start button will make the current industry. The Finish and Stop button will make sure the schematic is created only once. Press it to continue further. This portion of the user interface is where the input containers are shown. Notice that there is an indication in liters to see how much material these containers hold. On the right side you can see where the output containers are linked. Similarly, to the left side there is an indicator in liters that shows how full the containers are. This is the products area. Note that some industries have byproducts that are still very useful in other schematics. For example, oxygen is critical in many types of fuel, and pure iron can be used for building as well as steel products. Some materials can only be treated by an industry unit. For example, your nanocrafter cannot transform chromite into pure chromium. Similarly, you'll see in the next step that in order to transform some pure materials into usable honeycomb materials, you need a honeycomb refinery. Also, while your nanocrafter can create a wide variety of parts for your assemblies, the more advanced parts require processes that do not fit in the nanocrafter and require a specific industry unit. Assemblies themselves can also only create the next size up of assembly, and certain elements require a minimum size of assembly to produce. For example, all industry units are created with an assembly M line. Now that the process is finished, close the user interface by clicking the button holding the escape key. This industry unit to the right is a honeycomb refinery. It transforms pure materials into honeycomb materials for use in building. The honeycomb refinery. Some industry operations require numerous schematics instead of a single one. Drag and drop all 6 schematics from your. Click on the Configuration button to see the possible. Select any chromium schematic and click the Apply button to confirm the schematic as the refinery's task. Now start the refiner to click on the close button to exit this UI. Honeycomb materials like these are the key to construction. Both the refiner and honeycomb refinery are made using an assembly line M. Now let's learn how to link containers to an assembly line and how to manufacture an assembly line M from a small. Aim at the highlighted assembly and enter build mode by pressing the build toggle key. Activate the link tool, typically the 6th tool in the build mode tool. Create a link from the left container to the assembly. This will be the input. If you don't know how to link, there is an info button to your right. Create a link from the assembly to the second container. This will be the output. Turn build mode off using the build toggle key, then open the highlighted input container. Put all 4 stacks of parts required for the assembly line M into the container. Close the input container. Now that the input container has everything it needs, use what you learned so far to start the schematic for an assembly line M.
Mic off. Mic on.
Good job. Welcome to the PvP gunnery tutorial. I will teach you how to target, constructs, shoot, reload weapons, as well as the different types of weapons and ammo. The large device outside is a laser cannon, which is a good all-around weapon. The small device in front of the laser cannon is an omnidirectional space radar. Without it, the gunner seats will not be able to see any targets. In the far corner, the gray device is an ammo container. It is linked to the weapon and serves as an ammo magazine. The gunner module is comprised of a seat and screen used to control all the previous components from a distance. It's where you can identify targets with the radar, load ammo in the weapon, and engage targets. Enter the gunner seat. To bring up the user interface, hold the Interact key. The left tier of the interface is where you find all of the targets that can be seen by your radar. You can order targets by distance, size, and threat level. To do so, press on the highlighted button. In the context of this tutorial, keeping the order by ascending distance will make the most sense. Identify target A. It is in the aiming cone of the laser cannon. To identify the target, click on the yellow arrows next to its name.
Identifying target. Target identification complete.
The identified targets will appear
selected.
in this section of the interface. This is also where you select between identified targets to order your weapons to switch. This number represents the maximum number of targets. Bigger gunner modules and radars can handle more targets at the same time than this gunner module S. Just like in the unidentified targets window, you can organize your identified targets with the order by button. In order to fire upon the identified target, it has to be highlighted.
Target
if it is not
identification
used so now.
cancelled.
The weapon is already loaded with ammo.
Identifying target.
Shoot it by pressing on the highlighted fire button.
Target identification complete.
This is the periscope window, where you can see your selected target. In this case, it is quite easy to see the targets through the window. But in real-world applications, the gunner module is best hidden behind several layers of protective armor. You can make the periscope view bigger by using this button. Do so now to get a good view.
Target selected.
Pressing the button again will take you back to the normal UI. Do so now. This area lists all the weapons currently connected to the gunner module, and is where you can make them reload and start or stop shooting. This will count the number of weapons connected to the seat. This menu can be used to order your weapons. In order to see the view from your seat, press the cycle camera button.
Huh?
You can also see in third person by good. Enjoy the view for a while, and then exit the seat. You need to cycle back to the user interface using the cycle camera button, and then use the highlighted close button to exit. Get a batch of ammo from the dispenser unmarked with a highlight. Walk up to it and press the interact key. Now, put the two different types of ammo into the ammo container. Once again, you can open it with the interact key. To put the ammo into the container, drag the ammo with ammo inside the container. Return to the gunner seat. Hold the interact key to enter. After leaving the gunner module, you will lose identified targets. This is why it is crucial to have other players loading ammo for you in large ship combat. Identify target again.
Identifying target. Target identification complete.
Using the reload menu I highlighted, load either type of ammo. When the weapon has finished
Reloading.
loading, fire at target
Target
A.
selected.
Good. Now you can shoot the remaining ammo, or exit the gunner seat whenever you want. We will head down to use more weapon types.
For a walk. Go for a walk.
Go down using the highlighted elevator, stand in the circle and press. Head to the highlighted weapon behind you. This is a railgun. This weapon system is made for long-range engagements. The main drawback of the railgun is that it adjusts its aim very slowly. I will explain aiming cones in depth later. To the right of the railgun, the laser is a more balanced weapon type. While it can still reach great distances, it will track targets faster than the railgun. The laser is not directly powered and requires ammo in form of individual cells. Head to the weapons on the other side of the station. The cannon is a low to medium range fast shooting weapon that has decent target tracking capabilities. To the left of the cannon, the missile launcher is a short-range weapon that is able to hit targets in a large area thanks to its self-adjusting projectiles. The main drawback of this weapon system is its long reload time, making it more useful for burst damage. Now, reach the screen I marked with a waypoint. These weapons use 4 different types of ammunition. Antimatter ammo is a complicated device that does significant damage to engines and some materials like titanium. It has been adapted to railguns and missiles. Casings are painted black. Thermic ammo works by transferring massive amounts of energy in the form of heat to whatever it hits. Lasers and cannons both have this type of ammo. As depicted on the right of the screen, it is painted red. Depicted here on the left, in blue, ammo with electromagnetic effects is excellent at damaging electronic components such as those found on weapons. It also reacts with some honeycomb materials. Railguns and lasers have both been adapted to use this type of ammo. Kinetic ammo, in orange, is the simplest to explain. Mass with enough velocity will damage anything it hits. Cannons and missiles both use this type of ammo. Enter the seat link to the short-range weapons by holding the interact key. Aim cones are different for each weapon. They represent how much the barrel of a weapon is able to adjust before it can no longer be aimed at its target. Once a target is out of the aim cone, the weapon will pivot until it can shoot or is blocked by your own construct. Identify target B. It is in the aiming cone of the short-range weapons.
Identifying target. Target identification. Target selected.
Fire both the cannon and missile launcher at target B. You can continue shooting at this target or exit the gunner seat UI. Enter the seat link to the long-range weapons by holding the interact key. Each weapon has a different capacity cost on a gunner module. The railgun is the most expensive and the cannon is the least expensive. Identify target C. It is in the aiming cone of the long-range weapons.
Identifying target. Target identification complete.
Fire both the railgun and laser at target C. You can continue shooting it. Good, this concludes the gunnery tutorial. You can stay until you expend all ammo or leave via the teleporter by using the interact key. If you want to load and shoot the weapons again, there is a dispenser on the lower level between the 2 ammo containers.
Mic off.
Puis, il va online. C'est le fun.
Mic on.
Stream donc. Stream donc. Streamer?
Streamer?
Non. Minimize the application. C'est peut-être. Je peux pas minimiser l'application.
Ouais, mon gars, juste les guns pis tout, là, c'est de la job, là.